David Schoolcraft is a 15-year veteran of the police force. The FBI arrested him last night. According to the charges, the incident happened in December last year. Schoolcraft will have his hearing in federal court next Friday. In Dallas, a city police officer is in jail tonight, charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Officer Brian Rouser was arrested this morning. According to authorities, the body of Liza Sines was discovered in March of 2017. Another person, Aubrey Douglas, went missing in February that same year, but no body has ever been found. There is no known motive for the 2 murders. Officer Rouser has been on the Dallas police force since 2008.
The White House is now calling teachers essential workers who need to be vaccinated against the COVID virus. What does that mean for UNT? Dr. Cynthia Herman, director of UNT Health and Wellness Center, says that unfortunately the order does not include university faculty. A few UNT student teachers would qualify because they are in the local schools finishing their degrees. So what teachers actually do qualify for priority COVID shots? ntTV's Armando Berry is at Denton ISD Administration Building with more. Armando?
That's right, Michaela. Denton County announced last evening that school and child care personnel are now eligible to register for the COVID-19 vaccine through its online waitlist system. Those deemed school and child care personnel include teachers, staff, and bus drivers that work in pre-primary, primary, and secondary education, as well as Head Start programs and licensed child care providers. Denton County Judge Andy Eade spoke about the county's latest update, saying, quote, "We are so excited to include school and child care personnel on our waitlist for the vaccine. We continue to work on vaccine individuals on our waitlist as quickly as possible," end quote. All Denton County public mass vaccination clinics are appointment only via their vaccine interest portal in their waitlist in order of sign up, and those without appointment will not be vaccinated. For more local vaccine information, you can contact Denton County Public Health Call Center at 940-349-2585 or visit their site at dentoncounty.gov/COVID-19 vaccine. That's all I have. Back to Michaela in the studio.
Thanks, Armando. Just after opening a month ago, Denton County celebrated its 100,000th vaccine at Texas Motor Speedway today. Individuals are required to register through the Denton County registration portal. If you're not a Denton County resident, you are still eligible to register for the vaccine. The vaccine is currently only being administered to those who are part of Phase 1A and 1B, which include frontline healthcare workers or residents of long-term facilities, and those who are over the age of 16 and 65 with a chronic medical condition. The Texas officials say the vaccine will not be available for the general public until late spring or early summer 2021.
You know, Michaela, I just do not understand this Texas weather. 2 weeks ago, it was freezing. Today, I walked out, and I'm pretty sure I started breaking a sweat.
You are absolutely right. This Texas weather keeps me on my toes. Let's see if Jordan Miller can give us a little bit of a hint of what's going on in the future in our first look weather. Jordan?
You know what, guys? I've been hearing so many people say the same thing about how they hate that it's been hotter outside, but I, for one, am a fan of the warmer weather because it means that summer is right around the corner. Let's go ahead and jump into our first look with our current conditions. As you can see here, we're just getting fantastic temperatures outside. 73 degrees, a little breezy today with those 19-mile-per-hour wind speeds and sunny skies. Moving into tonight's forecast, our temperatures are going to drop down into the 50s, wind speed slowing down a bit into 15 miles per hour, and some clouds are going to roll through, having our skies be partly cloudy this evening. Moving into tomorrow, temperatures are going to jump back up into the 60s. Going to be another windy day with 17-mile-per-hour wind speeds, and those cloudy skies are going to stay from tonight into tomorrow. Stick with us to hear about the 7-day forecast. For now, that's all I have for our first look. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jordan. Still more fallout tonight from the freezing ice storms 2 weeks ago. The president and CEO of ERCOT, Bill Magnus, was terminated last night after an emergency meeting between the board of directors. This comes after the power outages during recent winter storms that left millions in Texas without power for days. ERCOT gave Magnus a 60-day termination notice and expect to immediately search for replacement. 5 board members have also resigned after the storms.
One of the unexpected side effects of the pandemic is an increase in home accidents. It seems when something breaks, people don't want strangers in their home, and because people were stuck in their homes and bored, they tried things they probably shouldn't have. Mandy Gaither has the story.
For many, the pandemic has provided more time at home, but that comes with a downside.
The home has now been turned into a gym, an office, a playground, and a school.
A new report by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission showed that while overall ER visits went down from March through September 2020, reported injuries from certain items and activities around the home went up. Numbers of those hurt from fireworks and flares were up 56% for skateboards, scooters, and hoverboards, and severe injuries for ATVs, mopeds, and mini bikes. ER-treated injuries went up 39%. Bicycle injuries increased for people 40 and older. Emergency hospital visits related to button-sized batteries rose 93% among children ages 5 to 9, and ER treatment rose sharply for injuries related to cleaning supplies.
It's that combination of factors, distraction, all these multitasking that's being done, and everyone in the house that sets up a greater exposure for risk in the house.
The CPSC says to keep cleaning products in their original bottles and lock them up and away from small children. Gear up with a helmet before riding a scooter, skateboard, or bike. And make sure this label is on a bike helmet, which means it's certified by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Also, never allow young children to play with or ignite fireworks.
Even sparklers, which many people think is okay, is not a good idea to give to children. They burn at a temperature of 2,000 degrees like a blowtorch, and you wouldn't give your child a blowtorch to play with.
Finally, keep products with small batteries that can be swallowed away from children. They're dangerous and potentially deadly if ingested. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
After the break, find out which grocery stores are still requiring you to mask up.
And stay with us to see the latest damage on the U18 campus caused by, you guessed it, the freezing storm. While Congress is continuing to argue over stimulus checks and the COVID relief bill, there is a new security threat at the Capitol. CNN's Emily Schmidt has the story.
If you want to know what's in the 600-page, $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill, you could hear every word of it.
I feel bad for the clerks that are going to have to read it, but it's just important.
Republican Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson says reading, which could take about 10 hours, would drag out a vote he considers too broad. Utah Senator Mitt Romney says he agrees with Johnson's tactic.
The president's plan is massively excessive.
Democrats have a different read on the delay.
We all know this will merely delay the inevitable.
The Senate bill is different than what the House approved, and one big change hinges on income. In both versions, individuals making less than $75,000 a year and couples earning less than $150,000 could bank on $1,400 per person. But the Senate cap is lower than the House. Those who make more than $80,000 a year or couples earning twice that will not see any relief. With a 50-50 split in the Senate, Democrats don't have room to lose a vote.
We'll come back to the House will review it and send it to the president.
Yet as she said that, the House was in recess in response to federal law enforcement on high alert. An intelligence bulletin issued earlier warned militia extremists talked of targeting the Capitol and Democratic lawmakers on or around March 4th.
This is going to be the new reality for a little bit.
According to two defense officials, Capitol Police requested a 2-month extension of National Guard troop support at the Capitol to firm up security for lawmakers. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt.
Nearly 5,000 National Guard troops are scheduled to be in Washington, D.C. through the next week.
Since Governor Abbott announced the end of the mask mandate, many businesses in Texas are rethinking their policies. According to WFAA-TV, several grocery chains in the area have updated their policies. So far, Tom Thumb is the only chain that will be lifting their mask mandate, though they will still encourage guests to wear them while in the store. Kroger and Aldi will continue to require their guests to wear masks inside the store, and Walmart has yet to release any updated policies following Abbott's announcement.
Hey, Michaela, have you looked up at the sky recently? I've been noticing a lot of birds flying around the area.
No, I haven't recently, but I definitely will tonight. Let's go to Nathan Mayers. He's out there to tell us about birds and a relatively new form of bird control. Nathan?
Right, guys. We all know that birds fly south for the winter, and that can pose a major problem for many people and businesses in the area. I got a chance to speak with Master Falconer Patrick Johnston, a man who owns falcons and is highly trained and skilled in the art of falconry and bird abatement.
Falcons have been used for centuries as a tool for hunting and providing food to their owners through the art of falconry. However, starting in the early 2000s, a new use for this species gained in popularity. This new form of falconry is called bird abatement.
Bird abatement is when you want to get rid of nuisance birds that are harassing us, basically, either by smelling real bad or pose safety hazards to transportation or people in general.
Those big black birds that you've seen in the grocery store parking lot and on the power lines by the gas station are one of those nuisance birds called grackles.
Here in Texas, we have a lot of problems with grackles and starlings and cowbirds, just because they will mass up in huge numbers, and you might have 5,000 grackles all together in 2 or 3 trees, and that's when the Harris hawks come into play.
A Harris hawk stems from the Accipitridae family, which means that it is related to both the red-tailed hawk and the most well-known bird in the country, the bald eagle.
We'll go in, we fly at nighttime, and they go into the tree and they try to grab a grackle, and all the other grackles leave immediately because they don't want to end up as the hawk's dinner, basically. And after 3 to 5 nights of this, the grackles leave and they're no longer a nuisance. They relocate to another area. The majority of my work is usually relocating grackles, starlings, and cowbirds. We also do some pigeon work.
Patrick received his falconry license from the Texas Hawking Association, where he is a member, and says that if anyone is interested in learning more about becoming a falconer and what they do, to reach out to the organization, as they're always looking for new interested members.
That was an amazing opportunity for me to spread my wings, learn more about falcons and how they affect our everyday world. If you'd like to see more of Patrick's work and what he does, visit frontierwildlifecontrol.com. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Nathan. You know, since we can expect beautiful weather these next couple days, maybe I can finally go on that afternoon run that I've been pushing off for way too long.
You know, I wish I had that same, but if I actually ran and didn't spend all my time on the couch, David, let's go to Jordan and see if David's going to be able to be health conscious this weekend. Jordan?
You know what, Michaela? I think this week is going to be a great week to get outside and enjoy the nice weather, regardless of your desired level of activity. So David can take a run, Michaela can have like a nice picnic or something. Let's go ahead and check in with our temperatures across North Texas. As you can see, we're getting just beautiful temperatures in the low 70s and just really, really nice weather. Let's go ahead and zoom out to our state of Texas map. And as you can see, we're getting a little warmer over in Austin and Abilene, but pretty much sunny skies and great weather across the board here as well. Let's go ahead and jump into our 7-day forecast for the week. This weekend, we are going to be getting amazing temperatures in the low 60s and sunny skies through Sunday. Now, in the beginning of our work week, we're going to jump back up into the 70s with a high of 70 on Monday, low of 55, and some clouds rolling through for partly cloudy skies. Going into the rest of our work week, though, those clouds are going to get a little bit more intense and stay throughout the rest of the week. And our temperatures are going to jump up really high on Wednesday with a high of 77, low of 61, and then back down into the 70s for Thursday. So, like I said, get out there this weekend and enjoy that nice weather, because you never know when we're going to get another crazy snowstorm or something coming through. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. Though the temperature is beginning to warm up, there are still issues with bursting pipes. This morning, drivers were surprised to find a massive sinkhole on UNT's campus caused by a water main breaking along the road. Commuters and bus drivers had to look for detour signs and alternate routes to avoid the reconstruction.
The drive around campus today was a bit different due to a massive sinkhole that appeared late last night. The sinkhole appeared on the intersection of West Prairie Street and South Welch Street. UNT staff member Christopher Harades discovered and reported the sinkhole.
Around the same time, I was taking my walk during my lunch hour, and I came by and I saw water coming up out of the concrete, and I walked over to the location behind me, and it was kind of bubbling up out of a crack. So I called UNT Facilities.
This is what the roads looked like on Wednesday, and now today it's a different story.
And I guess whoever took that email from me on that side reported it, and now they're out here repairing it.
Although the sinkhole is located on UNT campus, the street is a City of Denton issue. For ntTV News, this is Audrey Hostetter.
Officials say the sinkhole will be fixed around 7 p.m. tonight, but the road will not be opened until tomorrow morning.
4 Olympians are making an impact on female athletes in a very different way. We have the story.
And tonight, UNT's women's basketball team plays a heated game against Rice. Zach Fox has the preview.
North Texas students, midterms are approaching. This stressful period may be dreadful, but ntTV reporter Kayla Holt may have a remedy. Kayla?
Thanks, David. I just found the perfect place to indulge in self-care. Flower Garden 118 is a small business located just down the street from UNT that sells everything you need to help you de-stress. Take a look. Welcome to the world of Cindy Simmons. She's surrounded by beautiful things all day long. And the best part is, it's all her own.
When I bought Flower Garden in 2011, my desire was to create something in Denton that would combine multiple elements: the floral, the gifts, the Birkenstocks. We actually sell Birkenstock shoes. We like to incorporate lots of succulents. We sell a ton of succulent dish gardens. We have those offered on our website. We have multiple containers of all shapes and sizes for all ages, where people can come in and pick out their own containers, pick out their own succulents. We'll pot them for you. We use unique containers for our designs and flowers. We don't like to stick flowers in just ordinary vases. We have everything under the sun in here. So you can come in and we'll help you. You can shop on your own, give it to us, we'll fill it for you and make it beautiful.
At Flower Garden, the motto is Southern Charm meets Modern Elegance. The shop also sells a variety of candles, essential oils, and body lotions. You can visit Cindy and her Floral Oasis Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The atmosphere was great in the Flower Garden. It's a perfect place to go if you just need a little bit of retail. For now, back to you guys at the desk.
But first, head coach Jaylee Mitchell is making more UNT history, this time from the sideline. Also, if you're looking to join collegiate gymnastics, stay tuned. This is news you won't want to miss. Stay with us.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
and...
Did you know that you can enter gymnastics as early as 9 months old? Programs then extend all the way to senior year in high school. Despite there being hundreds of programs statewide, there is now only one university competing in gymnastics collegiately in Texas. And who would have thought that it would be right here in Denton?
1, 2, 3,
There is now only one intercollegiate gymnastics program in the state of Texas, and it's not where you'd expect. Texas Women's University, a D2 school that regularly competes against some of the top gymnastics programs in the country.
We proudly, represent the state, and it's definitely a source of pride for us.
Just be thankful for the opportunity we get to, compete here in Texas.
TW may be an underdog on paper when matched up against some of the best. However, winning 11 national championships since 1993 doesn't happen by accident.
What got us to this point is being in our practice gym, just, the 16 girls and the 3 coaches, and that's really all we need to go out and have success.
Being the only intercollegiate school with a gymnastics program remaining in the state of Texas comes with its hurdles. However, for one gymnast, simply having a meet to compete in means so much more. Alex Pierce, a sociology major born and raised in Saskatchewan, Canada, then attended Seattle Pacific University for gymnastics. Less than a year in, the program was dropped abruptly.
We got on the Zoom call and he was like, yep, our program is being cut effective immediately. Like, you can stay at the school, but you won't be able to do gymnastics.
Alex has found a new appreciation for competition without fear of another unexpected closure.
We have such an incredible support system here. Our leadership really values the sport of gymnastics.
The stability has given Alex a new home.
My favorite thing about being here is the team.
She now helps represent this team, a team that represents Texas. Head coach Lisa Bowerman says there isn't a chance that the TW program is next to close. Definitely a tight-knit group with a heart for the game. Former UNT women's basketball star and now head coach Jaylee Mitchell signs a 2-year contract extension. Mitchell holds the UNT record in points and retired her jersey number 44 her senior year. Despite being ecstatic to return, being prepared for the finale of the regular season and be playoff ready is more important.
We put ourselves in the best position not only for the conference tournament but also postseason play. So that is number one on my list, number one thought in my mind.
UNT women's basketball has one team in front of them and a Conference USA title. The one team they face tonight. The Rice Owls remain at the top of the standings at 11-1. The Mean Green are 2 games behind Rice and will host the first game of the Paramount Series tonight at 7 before ending on the road. Anything less of a 2-game sweep for the Mean Green would mean a tumble to 3rd place heading into the Conference USA tournament held in Frisco March 10th through the 13th. Tensions are high as the Mean Green play their best basketball as now the best month of the college sports has begun. How about them Mavericks? The Dallas Mavericks stormed to their 10th win in 13 games. Last night, Dallas uses their home court to silence the Oklahoma City Thunder 87-78. The Mavs sideline Luka Doncic, who's favoring his back and going into his second All-Star appearance. Kristaps Porzingis picked up the slack with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Tim Hardaway and Josh Richards also shined throughout the Mavs' victory. The Mavs are now 2 games over 500, a perfectly scripted way to end off the first half of the season. Luka looks to rejuvenate as he gazes ahead to the All-Star game. The Mavs will play next Wednesday, March 10th, and will battle in San Antonio Spurs. Hopefully, momentum won't be lost. Michaela and David, back to you.
Thanks, Zach. When it comes to helping others, Texans have a big heart. Last weekend, I had the privilege of following around the founder of Mother Teresa's Food Pantry and seeing how they accomplish all that they do.
Most people drive through Dallas's prominent homeless population and continue driving. But Party Shah and her daughter Shania Khan do so much more. They pass out food, clothes, and anything else they can to help out those less fortunate than themselves.
We learned a lot, like helping the community, like giving back. It's very simple and very it's very thoughtful. Like you just come out and do something for the community.
Mother Teresa's Food Pantry travels to all parts of Dallas and helps anyone who needs it. They give out sweaters and sandwiches and care packages, and any donations they receive or buy themselves, they offer to the homeless community as well.
It seems like a very nice people to wake up in the morning and look for us and help us. I love them.
You love it?
Yeah. I wish we all can be like this all the time. I'm grateful.
They help anywhere from 300 to 500 people every time they go out. If you would like to donate time, food, or money, you can do so at motherteresasfoodpantry.org.
Wow, Michaela, that was just great. I just have to know, what was it like for you to be out there with them?
It was absolutely amazing. It really felt good to do something. You should 100% come with me. I'm going later this month.
I'll be more than happy to join you next time.
Well, be sure to go to motherteresasfoodpantry.org to join. Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again here on North Texas Television.
Chapter.